Did you say again that 2025 was going to be your year? Your year to get in the shape you want, your year to finally get disciplined, your year to become the best version of yourself, and lo and behold, you broke the promise to yourself again. Well, if that's you, I've been in the exact same spot. I used to be someone who only relied on motivation. I couldn't keep promises to myself. I told myself year after year, it was my year. I was going to make it happen. And lo and behold, it wasn't until I changed one fundamental thing, which was relying on consistency and discipline over motivation. By the end of this video, I want you guys to fully understand why consistency and discipline are going to be the thing that actually makes 2026 your year. Not another broken promise to yourself, not waiting around for something to change, but you're going to actually understand and actually know what to implement to finally get to where you want to go, whether that's getting in the shape you want, whether that's building a bigger business, whether that's just becoming the person you are meant to be. You guys are going to know by the end of this video, so let's get right into it. So what is the exact problem with motivation? Why is it something that we just cannot rely on to build long-term success? So motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. There is not one person who is just motivated all the time. All the successful people that you see who have done something big, all the people in great shape who have built the physique that you are probably chasing, they're not motivated 24/7. They have built this discipline and this consistent mindset to do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. So look, I'm sorry to tell you, those people you idolize, like the big players in the space, whatever space you're in, they're not any more motivated than you are. They're just consistent. They're just disciplined. So that is why we cannot rely on motivation. New Year's resolutions are the perfect example. If you are to walk into the gym the first week of January, you literally can't get on a machine. Every single dumbbell is being used. There are so many people in there the first week, and then you're a week in. Second week, a little bit less. Third week, a little bit less. By the time March rolls around, you only see the same people in there. You don't see anyone who said, oh, 2026, 2025, that's going to be my year to get in shape. I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to keep the promise to myself. Maybe they do it for a week or a month or maybe 2 months, all the way up till March. Then it gets hard. The motivation finally stopped and they're done. They're just like, oh, next year. I'll do it next year. I'll make that change finally. Not how it works. That is the perfect example of how clear and how easy it is to see that motivation is not what is going to actually get you to where you want to go. And then consistency doesn't rely on how you feel. If you are motivated to go to the gym, you are going to go. If you are not motivated to go to the gym, you will not go. I don't care what you say, you will find an excuse. You'll say, I'm sick, I'm hurt. You will pull something so far out of the trenches that you're in that you'll find a way not to go to the gym. You will work harder to not go to the gym if you're not motivated than to actually go to the gym. But if you're consistent, do you consistently go to the gym? Are you disciplined in going to the gym? Do you consistently go 5 to 6 days a week? Are you disciplined to go 5 to 6 days a week? You're not motivated to go 5 to 6 times a week. You're disciplined. So that is what you need to rely on. You need to rely on your ability to stay disciplined and consistent because motivation is going to fail you every single time. What's up, guys? Wanted to take a quick pause here to just let you know that I'm opening up my calendar. I'm opening up my time to help you guys out with whatever you need. So look, in 2025 currently, we're going through crazy times. There's a lot of unknowns in the world, a lot of things that people just don't know how to handle, whether it's, getting in shape, going to the gym, accountability, consistency, discipline, all of these things. There's so much noise out there. And if you guys are confused, if you guys are struggling with any of these aspects, I want you to text me. Number's going to be on the screen, but 410-936-5402. Text me what you're struggling with. This can be from you don't know what to eat, you don't know what workouts to do, you don't know how to stay disciplined, you don't know how to stay accountable to yourself. If you need an accountability partner, literally just text me. I'll make sure you do what you need to, what you promise yourself that you're going to do. So look, if you guys are struggling with anything, please text me 410-936-5402. Look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. One of my favorite things to talk about is going to be the compound effect. So I heard this on an Ed Milet podcast probably 2 months ago, and it's a philosophy that has always stuck with me, and it is everything above zero compounds. And what I mean by that is, let's say on an A day, like this is where you're feeling your best. Let's say you're feeling motivated. And on your A day, you work out for an hour. That is what you do. You work out for 1 hour. You're in the gym. You go for a run, whatever it is. You got physically active for an hour. Now let's say something happens, like something happens with the kids or work. You have to stay later, work a little bit extra, and it's like a B day. So your routine got thrown off a little bit. And you can only do 30 minutes of working out. Great, that's not the full hour that you're looking for, but you still got active, you still got 30 minutes in. Now let's say everything hits the fan, just your routine gets totally blown out of the water, not what you were expecting. And you can only like go on a 5-minute walk. Well, your A day is an hour, your B day is a 30-minute walk, your C day is a 5-minute walk. Now that 5-minute walk may not feel like you did anything, but it's something. It is still better than doing nothing. So when you can get into this frame of mind, this mindset that no matter what I do, as long as it's not nothing, as long as you don't do nothing, you are making progress. You are one step closer to where you want to go. Yes, it's not the full hour that you wanted to do, but it is something. It is better than nothing, because everything above zero has the ability to compound no matter how small. Zero just can't compound whatsoever. So small daily wins are going to be your ticket to exponential growth. So the real success, real results don't come from just doing some intense slog for a month, 2 months. Yes, you're going to have to work very hard. You're going to have to be dedicated. You're going to have to push yourself. But you need to develop small, consistent habits that you can do each and every day. Yes, you need to be an intense person. Yes, you need to be fired up, wanting to win, wanting to get in good shape. But you need to develop small, consistent habits that you can do every single day that push you further to getting to your goals. So, couple examples: gallon of water a day, 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your protein goal, 1 to 1.2 grams of protein, going to the gym, getting active. Like, these are such simple things that you can do each and every day to make sure that you are getting to your goals, that you are on track to hitting what you want. And then I just want to give you guys like a visual of what the compound effect looks like. So for years and years, it may not look like you're really getting any progress. For like the gym, for example, this could be weeks where you feel like you're not getting any progress. You're not like growing. And then you stick it out, you stick it out, you stick it out, you stick it out, and then all of a sudden, boom. If you look up the compound effect in terms of like investing, this is what it exactly looks like. So this could be like right here, your 3-month mark. Your 3-month mark could be right there, and you just haven't seen the results that you're looking for, but you are so close to a breakthrough, but you quit. Most people quit after 3 months. It takes 90 days to form a new successful habit, to actually be consistent and disciplined with it. Everyone says 21 days. For me, it was 90 days. I had to stick to something consistently. So look, that could be your 3-month mark. You're just about to start really seeing good results. You're just about to really start getting in the physique that you want, and then you quit. That's why if you don't have small daily things that you can do, and you just try to do an intense battle every single day, you're going to burn out eventually. So what I want you guys to do is just set up a couple of small habits that you can do every single day. So each and every day, you're making progress towards your goals. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I struggled with when I was first starting my journey in the online space, online business, making money online, whatever it is. Just really my journey, honestly, was just personal growth, my journey of personal growth. And you see everything on social media. The last thing I wrote on here is social media is a highlight reel. That is all it is. You don't see the grind people post on social media. You don't see the late nights, the early mornings, the things that they have to go through. All you see is the Lambos, the penthouses, the Rolex. You only see the good stuff because that's all they want you to see. They don't want you to see the grind and the slog that they went through to get to where they are currently. Overnight success is just 10 years of consistency. One night after 10 years of consistency, that person was successful. You will never, ever achieve more success than what your self-worth is. So over those 10 years of constant battle, like, you have to grow. You have to become a better person. Andy Frisella always talks about his story of how he ran his supplement superstore and he was not profitable for 6.5 years. He didn't put $1 in his bank account. And then he runs a $4 billion company now. So he spent, imagine, 6 years not seeing any results, but so dedicated to the mission that you wanted it so bad. You could grind it out. And I guarantee he wasn't going to quit at year 7 or year 8 or year 10. He was going to do it until he was successful. Look at the life he's built now. That is the power of consistency and the power of discipline. So look, you can go scroll on social media. Everything you see, it's a highlight reel. That is not true success. You don't see the effort that you have to put in. Whatever you guys want to do, it's going to be hard, but imagine it's 10 times harder than what you think it's going to be, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. Getting in the shape you want, building the business you want, having the life you want is going to be so much more work than you can really honestly even imagine, than anyone can imagine. But it's so fulfilling. It is the best thing you can do. You will never feel better about yourself when you push through the hard day. Ed Milet always says the power of one more day. Don't quit for one more day, and just keep doing that and keep doing that. Because the power of one more is exactly what I was talking about. It's the power of the compound effect. So just don't quit. I promise your day is coming. You won't be an overnight success. Nobody is. But if you can stick it out, I promise your success is coming. And look, grind in silence. Like, it's okay to go, you're going to go through a lonely chapter. Like, everyone has to go through something like that. And it's the best and the worst in the worst time of really any entrepreneur or any successful person's journey, because they feel alone. But if you can get into the frame of mind, like what you're doing, no one else is doing, so you can expect to see results that no one else is seeing. That's the power of going through the lonely chapter, and what makes it so worth it. Because when you can finally get through the lonely chapter and you get out of that grind, I'm not saying you're gonna have to stop working hard, but you see what all your efforts have, like, grown into, and you just feel so good. You feel so accomplished. Doesn't mean you let off the gas. It honestly will just push you to work even harder. So that's really, there's no such thing as an overnight success. I promise you, what you see on social media is not real. Just keep working, keep grinding. That is all I can tell you, because I want to see each and every single person here win. I want to see every single person in life win, but it's going to come down to who has the most discipline, who has the right habits, the most consistency. It's not going to come down to your motivation or what you see on social media. Just how bad you want it. If you're willing to work hard for it, that's all you need to do. Build the habits, build the consistency. You'll be all right. So your 2026 superpower, what is going to make 2026 your year? If you couldn't guess, it's consistency and it's discipline. So look, right now in the time we live in, the distractions, there's so much noise around us. There's so much stuff out there that you're going to be learning things and seeing things from people who have never built something big. They've never changed their life. They are simply doing it for a financial gain, and they have never gone through a self-development journey. They've never gone through the struggle, and they're just out there posting random things, and because they're just trying to go viral or something like that, and they've never actually gone through what they're talking about. Since there are just so many distractions out there, something that will never fail you is consistency. Something that will never fail you is becoming disciplined. No matter what people say, the next hack, whatever it is, if you get consistent and if you get disciplined, I promise you that is all you need. Look, consistency is going to make you unstoppable, because most people quit. It's true, it's a fact. Most people will quit on their dreams. They will sell out when things get hard, and they won't keep going. So if you can look yourself in the mirror and make the promise to yourself that you're not going to quit when things get hard, you're going to keep going even when you don't want to, that is how you can win. And on the days where you feel like just laying in bed and not getting up and going to the gym, what are you going to do? That is the moment that's going to define who you are. Are you someone who will break the promise to yourself? Because if you break the promise to yourself, you are going to lose self-confidence, and now you are in a negative spiral. Or even when you're not motivated, even when you feel like it is the last thing you want to do, you're going to get up, you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to make those phone calls. You're going to do what needs to be done, even though you don't feel like it. And look, consistent, it's going to equal victory at the end of the day. The person who wins is the person who stayed consistent long enough to actually see the results. Andy Frisella, 6.5 years, no profit. Look where he is now, $4 billion company. The person who can stay consistent, the person who wants it the most, that's the person who's going to win. Like I said, most people are going to quit. Most people are going to sell out because things got a little challenging. If you, like I said, can make the promise to yourself, look in the mirror and say, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up on my dreams because things get a little challenging. That's all you can ask for. That's all God can ask for. That's all I can ask for, someone who is rooting for you. So that's your 2026 superpower. The power to actually build the life you want, the power to transform who you are, the power to get in the shape you want. That power is just consistency and discipline. All right, guys, I appreciate you making it to the end of this video. And if you're watching this, that just shows, like, honestly, give yourself a round of applause. That shows you're dedicated. It shows you want to make a change. It shows you want to become the best version of yourself. And you guys are the people that I really like surrounding myself with. I really like working with. So I want to give you guys something totally for free. If you text me, again, so my number is 410-936-5402, text me the word discipline. Don't need anything else. Just text me the word discipline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over my free checklist, my free list of habits that I do every single day. So it's going to be the habits that I do to stay consistent in relatively every single area of my life. And then I'm also going to break down exactly why I pick these habits and why I do them and how they benefit me. So if you want that free checklist, again, totally for free. You don't need to give me anything for it. Just text me the word discipline to 410-936-5402. I will send that checklist over to you right away. And look, again, I appreciate you making it to the end. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you.